Hello, my love. It's Rachel here, and here we are again at that moment in the month that we love to grab our beverage and sit here to share a little bit about our personal spiritual practice, tools that support us in our practice. So, November 2025 was a very challenging month for us. Well, it's being very challenging for us because we are having health issues in the family, unfortunately, pretty serious ones, and more than one person. So I must tell you that if you feel like sending us prayers, healing energy, healing meditation, whatever you do, whatever is your magic, we are going to be grateful for that. And every time life gets tough, gets challenging, it's always a moment for us to come back to the essence, to work again and to analyze again how our absolute certainty is going. When I say absolute certainty, I mean that I believe that there's only one thing in the world that we can cultivate absolute certainty about, and that is the light of the creative energy. I call it the light. You can call creator, universe, whatever you call it, whatever you please, but it is that source, that energy that is always there for us. And it is a moment to pause and think a little bit, and especially look at our controlling features, let's say, especially as a Capricorn. And I think, I know that all human beings, we have a controlling issue. And sometimes as women, we can have even a harder time handling that because of our double nature of vessel. And because just life the way it is, we are like that sometimes. Some of us, we are like that. We have that kind of a challenge in this life. And I am a person that I used to have that challenge a lot. So during several years, I had to work on that to understand. And then in this kind of moment, something that was important for me to reconnect is with the idea of respecting all souls. What do I mean by that? I believe that I am a soul that chose to live this human experience with all the challenges that I face. Because I'm not here on vacation. I'm here for some reason. And in this world, sorry, it's not a vacation. It's something else. But the same way then that I believe that I am a wise soul that made choices and that is going through challenges that this soul, or I can say that I chose, I have to understand that it's the same with all the souls in the world and around me, because it's easy to look at things when they're not going the way we want with people we love and say, that's not fair, and this and that. We are then saying that we don't believe in that person's soul. So of course we are not going to be happy. We are going to be supportive, but it's important to find that center. Otherwise we get sick ourselves. Otherwise we are not that helpful. And I would tell you that at this moment, a deck that helped me a lot and have been helping me a lot is this one here. It's new to my collection, came this month. It is the Enchanted Forhaxa, I think, Forhaxa Tarot by MJ Cullinane. This deck was gifted to me by a beloved student as a thank you for our mentoring process together. And this deck was recommended by my dear Sally, actually. Sally said, oh, you may like this deck. And it was there sitting in my wish list. Then I was talking to this student, or better saying, she was talking to me about this deck. And then she sent me as a gift. I'm so happy she did, because this is the deck that I needed now in November. When I did the interview, she revealed herself as being a deck that would help me to handle with situations this month. And that's what she's doing. She's an extremely feminine deck. She's a medicine deck. She's an extremely wise, older sister. She's in between, between an old sister and a mother. But she's extremely wise, loving, kind, and I'm looking forward to come back with a review. I'll definitely do that. So this deck was with me during this month. Another deck that was with me during this month, but I think I'm not going to mention this deck anymore, because otherwise I'm going to mention every month. It is the Tarot of Mystical Moments. So this deck is everything for me. I have a review here for her, about her for you, and even for shadow work, or when you need an uplifting reading, Tarot of Mystical Moments. When you want to explore the shadows, Tarot of Mystical Moments. When you want to just a daily draw, Tarot of Mystical Moments. I just love this deck. I love her so much. And she was so supportive this month, as she always is so supportive. A deck I've been working with her, and she's officially my favorite winter deck already. It's here. I found it because I have an unboxing for this deck, and I said that I was looking for a winter deck, but I didn't like any of the ones I saw, and she's here with me. I have been trying, she's inside the box, I have been trying not working with her that much because I want to work with her in the winter, which starts in the end of December, right? So I was like, I would like to save her for January. I must tell you already, I'm not a huge fan of the witch, repeating the cards. After using her for a little bit, I must tell you I must tell you that, but I love her. And perfect couple, guys. The Seasons of the Witch, Winter Tarot, and the Invoke Oracle. Ooh, delicious! They are like a hug. Oh, sorry, guys, something fell. Talking about hug, let's have a little bit of coffee here. It got really cold here in the last few days. We had some snow. Now we are close to the end of 2025. Now, guys, at two decks that I worked with. No, before that, I want to mention that I have been working with a deck that I have, but I don't work with this deck that much usually, but this month I worked much more with this deck. The Wild Unknown Archetypes, the Standard Edition, another deck that I have a review here. I'm going to link all the reviews somewhere here for you. And I have been working with this deck as my personal archetype. So I'm creating an offering, any offering. I draw one card to understand what archetype I'm activating there inside of me. How am I going to present to that offering, and understanding as well the archetype of people that are coming to work with me. So I've been using this deck a lot, and I have now, for example, I have here, I drew, it's here on my work desk. It is the Sustainer, okay? So I've been using this deck at least once a week for the weekly archetype, but when creating an offering, more often. It's a beautiful deck, and you know that the pocket edition I use all the time in sessions, so she's always here as well. Now, I mentioned in some video before that I wanted to work more with my Nicoletta Cecoli Tarot and Nicoletta Cecoli and Cecoli Oracle. I have been doing that. Not as deep as I would like because November was busy, but I started doing that, and I must tell you guys, they are gorgeous together. I don't think they are decks to work only with when you want to access like childhood trauma. I don't believe that. I think that, how can I say? Well, lots of things that we have in our lives, it was born in our childhood, and not necessarily it was a trauma, but we have a different sense of the world, a different perception of world when we were children. And then we would kind of read things in a different way. Sometimes they are not real, but they made marks inside ourselves. So this deck's beautiful for that. And the Oracle here, it's beautiful. And I've been enjoying working with the Oracle much more intuitively, not using the guidebook. She brings a lot, at least for me. Only the images in this deck, they bring a lot to work with. And I've been working a lot as well with my beloved one, Kuan Yin. I think almost all decks here, we already have a review here in the channel. I'm going to link this one as well. I've been working with the pocket all the time, even in sessions. I've been feeling in November like drawing from this beauty. I'm finishing the Kuan Yin workshop that I'm preparing. Woo! I'm finishing her. Just have to record when I'm finishing. And the standard edition, she's beautiful. The guidebook's beautiful. Compassion, to work in our self-compassion, to have that presence of Kuan-Yin in our lives, about self-love, compassion, actually self-compassion, compassion towards others as well, because in the end of the day, guys, the way we treat ourselves is the way we are going to treat others. So we must be aware of that. And this beautiful deck, I'm going to make a video about decks that I used to work with Kuan-Yin, but the Flow Tarot came to my life and she presented herself, like, I think in the first day I saw and understood that she came to my life to be my Kuan-Yin oracle. I don't usually have specific decks to work with goddesses unless, of course, it is a Kuan-Yin oracle. But I don't have any tarot deck specific, so I would use the Tarot of Mystical Moments to work with all the goddesses that I work with, all the Divine Feminine I work with. But this one here, these guys, is a very special deck. Rachel is the creator. She didn't go there and simply found some images related to water and that's it. No. This deck doesn't read like a simple, when I say simple, seems like I'm saying the Rider-Waite Smith is simple, but I think you are going to understand what I mean. It's not just another Rider-Waite Smith. You're not just reading the same way. She really went through the deck, went through tarot deck, and she was able to make her own interpretation in the cards through the lenses of water. It's powerful, it's different, and I'm going to tell you, where are the other elements, Rachel? Where is the earth, the fire, the wind? I think she's making the earth one now, but I don't know, I think she'll take a while to put it out there in the world, but I'm looking forward to that. These decks are amazing. Well, beautiful, so these are the decks that I worked with in the month of November, the ones that really supported my personal spirituality practice, this practice, right? When we are not engaging in an organized group, organized religion, when we have this independent spirituality. I think that the cards, they are beautiful to support us, to be beautiful friends, to be beautiful guides, yes, but guides in the sense that they help us to access the inner guide. Thank you so much for being here, and remember to always share with me decks that you worked with, because then I can learn a little bit more about decks that I've never heard before, or even understand the energy that you are working with now. Thank you for being here, my dear one. I'm sending you lots of love and appreciation. See you in the next video. Bye.